Hello. I'm so glad we could get together again. I like to start with our gathering song, which is The More We Get Together. And if you remember, we do it with sign language. So the more is when you bring your fingers together. We get together, and you make fists that knock each other, and your thumbs are up, and you say together in a circle. And then we say the happier we'll be. Now you have to smile if you're saying you're happy. I don't want you to frown. And then we sing, your friends are my friends. And you're just hooking together your pointer fingers. And my friends are your friends. So let's try it. We'll try it slowly. The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. Oh, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. Great! Now this morning I have a story for you about a tailor. A tailor is a person who sews clothes, makes coats and pants and dresses for other people. This story I learned long ago from Nancy Schimmel. So once upon a time there was a very poor tailor who lived in a village. He made overcoats for everyone in the village except himself, because he didn't have enough money to buy material to make a coat for himself without selling it. So he saved and he saved bit by bit, and finally he had enough. And so he took the cloth that he bought and cut it carefully. Can you help me cut? And then he sewed very carefully. And he put a knot at the end of the thread. And so he picked up the overcoat, tried it on, and it looked so good. He was so proud of that coat. He wore it when it was the least bit cold. He wore it until it was all worn out. But when he looked at it really closely, he could see there was enough good material left to make a jacket. So he cut up the jacket, the coat, and made himself a jacket. And he tried on the jacket. And when he put the jacket on, he liked it even more. It fit just as well as the overcoat, and he could wear it more often. So he wore it until it was all worn out. Well, when he looked at it, it seemed to be all worn out, but there were some good places here and there of material, so he thought, I'll make a vest. So he cut up the vest. He cut up the jacket and made a vest. He had to sew it too. And he tried on the vest, and he looked so handsome. It was a wonderful vest. He wore it every single day until it was all worn out. So then he took it and looked at it to see if there was any material left, and there was. So he cut out the vest and sewed up a cap. And he put it on his head. He looked in the mirror, and he looked good. It was a great cap. He wore it outdoors. He wore it indoors. He wore it until it all was worn out. And then he took it off and he looked at it closely, and he could see there was just enough material left in that cap to make a button. So he cut up the cap and he sewed up a button, small stitches. And he put that button on a shirt. He buttoned it, he unbuttoned it, he buttoned it, he unbuttoned it. He buttoned it until it was all buttoned out. At least, when he looked at it really, really carefully and closely, he saw that, no, it was not all worn out. There was just enough good material left in this button to make a story. And so he made a story out of the button, and that's the story I told you. I love buttons and button stories. Here is a jar with some buttons in it, and I'd like for you to guess how many they are. Let me tell you what the colors are. There's red and orange and yellow. There's green, light blue, dark blue, and purple. Those are the colors of the rainbow. So there is more than one, and there are less than 10. Let's see, do you think there are 3? Maybe more. 4? 5? 6? 7? Yes, there are 7. So let's just count them to make sure. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The purple one is a flower. I like it. Very good. Now, I have one of my favorite books. It's Pete the Cat and the 4 Groovy Buttons. It was written by Eric Litwin, and the art is by James Dean. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much that he sang this song. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. And then, pop! One of the buttons popped off his shirt and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 4 take away 1 is 3. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He just sang his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons, my buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 3 take away 1 is 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He just kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons, my buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 2 take away 1 is 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He just kept singing his song. my button, my button, my one groovy button, my button, my button, my one groovy button. Oops. Pop! Oh no, the last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? One, take away one is 0. No buttons left. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He just sang his song. But first, he looked down at his buttonless shirt. And what do you think he saw? His belly button. And he kept on singing his song. My button, still have my belly button, my button, still have my belly button. It's all good, Pete says. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness, no. We keep on singing. Now, why don't you stand up and we'll try this riddle together. Some go out, some go in, halfway down from your nose. Some go in, some go out, halfway up from your toes. What are they? Belly buttons. And here's a book by Sandra Boynton that's called The Bellybutton Book. This tiny hippopotamus has something small to say. And if we're very quiet now, she'll say it right away. Listen, Bebo. You might not know what Bebo means, or maybe you've forgotten. It's just the tiny hippo way of saying belly button. Bebo. We hippos love our belly bees. They're round and cute and funny. And there's a place we take them to when summer days are sunny. Come, Bebo. Ah, look at all the hippos with a belly button each. Do you wonder where we are? It's Bellybutton Beach, where tons of hippos stand around in bathing suits too little, because they hope you will admire the button in their middle. We don't do much throughout the day. That's how we like it best. We nibble grapes. We watch the waves. We take a little rest. We always love to get balloons, and I know why. Do you? Because we like to think balloons have belly buttons too. Boom. Soon after dark upon the beach, we sing our favorite song. And if you're feeling in the mood, we hope you'll sing along. Belly, belly button, you're oh so fine. Ooh, belly button, I'm so happy you're mine. Belly, belly button, you're oh so fine. Ooh, belly button, I'm so happy you're mine. We sing this song on summer nights or when it's hot outside, but never in cold winter time when belly buttons hide. No, never in cold winter time when belly buttons hide. Bye-bye, people. Now, it's time for us to say goodbye at the end of our story time. I have a goodbye song that I'd like to teach you. And again, we have some motions and some gestures. So it goes like this. See you later, alligator. After while, crocodile. Give a hug, ladybug. Blow a kiss, jellyfish. See you soon, big baboon. Out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear. Wave goodbye, butterfly. And we sing it to the tune of Clementine. So follow me along, we'll learn it by and by. See you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile. Give a hug, ladybug. Blow a kiss, jellyfish. See you soon, big baboon. Out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear. Butterfly, wave goodbye. So I'll say goodbye, and I hope to see you next time.